So I'm going to show you how to use Bigstock and Canva to create Instagram images. So Bigstock is a membership, and I have the account where I can download 7 images a day. So we should have plenty of images to work with here. And I've given myself a quote. Right here, you don't achieve or create anything. Instead, you become the type of person who would possess exactly what you want. When you become the person who can handle your desired outcome, it becomes yours. And this is a quote by Dr. Michael J. Duckett. So I want to find something on Bigstock that would fit with that. Okay, so we can go back over to Bigstock, and I'm logged into the account. And you can just type in keywords here and see what we can find that fits. And if you like something, you can save it. This one's already been saved into my saved file. But anything that kind of stands out as something you might want to use now or in the future, you can save them. So let's say we want to use that one. So you can go back up to the saved list. And there it's got any of the ones I've saved in here. If you see something that I have already gotten, it will have this re-download on it, and you can just re-download it if you want to use that. And I don't need extra large. I usually get the medium size for social media. And sometimes they give you some good examples or other possibilities down here at the bottom that you might like more. So there's one. We've got that one. His color schemes are usually around this one, so I'm going to stick with that one and download. Okay, then I'm going to go to Canva and log in, and once you're logged in, it shows all your designs down here. These are templates that we can use, and of the most common ones that I create. Well, they're not all most common, but some of them are. And we're going to make an Instagram post, but these down here, just so you know, those are the ones I've already created. And we could click on those and reuse them or work off of one of those if we wanted to, but I'm going to go to Instagram post. Okay, so here's the image where I downloaded it. You can go to uploads, and you can either click upload an image and select it from wherever it's saved on your computer, or you can just drag it up. And then you just kind of wait till it fully loads, or you can keep working while it loads if you want. Now they have some templates. These are some Instagram templates if we wanted to try to reuse something they already have. So if you wanted to use something that they already had, you could come back over to the uploads and drag that in. No, dragged it twice. Okay, so you'll see that one, they imported it in and made it fit within that box, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to change and use a different template because that image isn't going to work exactly the way I want it to. We could try that one, and we could drag that in. Come on. Sometimes it's finicky. There you go. See how that works? But you can't read goals, so we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get rid of this and just clear that out. I'm not gonna use that, and I'm gonna just pull it over here by itself and make it work. All right, and I'm going to change the background to be like a black. So you could go to background and click solid color and black. So that will bring that on down. And if we want to, we can pull that up a little bit so we have a little bit more room for the words. I'm going to come over here and get our quote. And I'm using Notepad just so it doesn't carry anything strange in. It usually doesn't carry formatting from Word or anything like that, but I just have a habit of using a Notepad. Okay, so, I guess, let me show you that. Okay, so you've got different, you can use some stylings of text that they already have here. But for this, I just want to have control myself. So I've got 3 sizes here, but you can change them later. I'm going to use the biggest one. And then I'm going to paste that that block of text in. So it looks kind of strange, and it's got those little, if you grab hold of those little handles, you can take it and pull it out till it's on the edges of the image. And then I'm going to make it white so we can see it, and I can make it bigger. And I can change the font. I just happen to like this Montserrat semi-bold sometimes. Okay, so you can see it's not going to be readable on this area. So that's not going to work. We either need to go down right, and it's too far out, so you can bring it back a little bit, just adjust things however you want them. Now, the thing is, I need to have his name and the book title, so that's not going to work. I'm going to drag this up further. And then I'm going to go back over here and get that. And I'll just use the little bitty text here and paste that in. Pull it out just so it's centering across the whole thing. Change it to white so we can see it. It's really too small. I don't really want it that small, so I'm going to go bigger. But then we've got the problem of it going off. We could left align that, and we could bring this up. We could do something a little different here. Something like that if we wanted to, or right align it and pull it in just a little. So then we could bring this down some and do it that way if we wanted to. And I'm going to bring that up just a smidgen. Okay, so there's an image, and then you save it. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you wanted to download it, just so you know how, you would go to download, and you can pick either a JPEG or a PNG. I usually do JPEG, and download it. And that will bring it down to your computer. So, but if you are creating images in my account, you don't really have to do that because I can just grab them. You can just create them and I can grab them. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit, I think, and save that again. So that's pretty much it. Now, one thing that you also could do is, let's say we close this window, it'll take you back to all your images. And if you refresh this, there it is. You can rename it to something like, let's say we want to call it Become the Person. and we'll just say Duckett, and it's an Instagram. So that way it'll be named nicely where we can tell whose it is. If you click on these dots, we can move it to a folder and move it to Dr. Duckett's folder so it can be easily found. And ideally, that's what we should do after we create each image, is move it over here, and that way it's showing up in his folder. Now, once it's in his folder, we can create a Pinterest image out of this as well. So we could, well, not that, we'll just click on this, click on the image itself and say use as a template. And then we want to resize this into a Pinterest image, and they're not really showing Pinterest there, so you can type Pinterest, and there's Pinterest graphic, and we just want to resize this image. You can use this function to copy an image and have the new one resized, and that way you keep your original. But since I used it as a template, this is a new image. It's not the original image. So we just want to resize this one, and it takes it more to a Pinterest size thing. So we're going to take this down, and I think I'm going to switch to more centering on that. And if you pull it out to the sides, it'll center perfectly. And that one I'm going to raise the, too big. Okay, so we can pull that up. And we can pull it up like that. Okay, so now we've got a Pinterest image. And we can save that. Now, when we close this up, and if we refresh the Dr. Duckett folder, notice it's not in there because it doesn't know to go to him. So you go back to the All Designs, and it's showing here. So let's rename it to Pinterest on the end. And then we do that dot dot thing and move to a folder and put it in Dr. Duckett's folder. And then it will be there when we go to look at it. Okay, so there it is. That's pretty much the process in a nutshell.